Hi everyone, welcome to Gadgets 360 and thanks for joining us as we unbox the brand new Realme Narzo 10A. Now this is the less expensive sibling of the Narzo 10 and it does have slightly poorer specifications, but it targets the same demographic of young people who are interested in gaming. So with that said, let's have a quick look at the outside of the box and then dive right in. So here we have the box of the Narzo 10A, which looks pretty much exactly the same as the box of the Narzo 10. It's bright yellow and there isn't a lot to see on the outside. We've got a few logos on the sides and the top, and some shipping information. And we see a few specifications on the back. So we have AI triple cameras, the MediaTek Helio G70 processor, 6.5-inch mini dropped full screen, which means that the front camera notch is not too large, and the same 5000 mAh battery that we saw on the Narzo 10. Now this phone is also available in just one configuration, and as we can see here on the label, it has 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. We can also see that we have this in So White, and this is available in two colors, So White and So Blue. So that's all there is to see on the outside of the box. Let's get the shrink wrap off. So right on the top there's a paper folder, also bright yellow. We have a SIM eject tool and only papers inside. So that means this model does not come with a plastic case, which is pretty interesting. Here's the phone itself and it does feel pretty hefty. It's encased in another layer of plastic which we can quickly get rid of. Here you can see the gigantic Realme logo on the back. It isn't very visible in all lighting, but when you do see it, you can't miss it. So let's turn that on, and as it's booting up, you can check out the rest of the box contents. So as expected, there isn't a lot here. We have a standard USB cable, which is micro USB. That's worth noting. And a largish charger, which you can see is rated for 10 watts of power output. So let's get rid of all of this and go through the setup process on the phone before we get our first look at it. And as usual, we're going to skip installing all of this bloatware. And that's it. Here we can see the Narzo 10A running Android 10 with Realme's UI on top. We can also now see that there is a pre-applied screen protector on the front. So here you can see the volume buttons and the SIM tray on the left. Just the power button on the right. Nothing on the top. And micro USB port on the bottom with the 3.5mm audio socket on one side and a speaker on the other. Let's quickly pop the SIM tray open. So here we can confirm that this phone does in fact support 2 nano SIMs as well as a micro SD card. And that's what it looks like from the rear. We have a fingerprint sensor and the 3 cameras. So all in all, this phone is pretty similar to the Realme C3. It's roughly the same dimensions, but we do see the fingerprint sensor there and the extra camera. So now let's talk a little about the specifications. We'll start off with that MediaTek Helio G70 processor, which means that gaming graphics should be relatively good, though of course this is still a budget phone. We have a 5000 mAh battery, 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. We have a 6.5-inch display on the front with a water drop notch, and this is an HD plus display with a 720 by 1600 pixel resolution. So the primary rear camera has a 12 megapixel resolution, and in addition to that we have 2 megapixel depth sensor, which Realme calls a portrait camera, and a 2 megapixel macro camera. Now this isn't going to be very useful for a lot of people, but it is fun to play with. So there you have it, our first look at the new Realme Narzo 10A, the company's new budget gaming offering. We'll have a full review on Gadgets 360 coming up soon, so do check back on gadgets360.com, and thanks for watching.